A business I've been working on for 3.5 years, and as much as I've enjoyed and really loved so many pieces of it, it's a dog treat business, but I love the photo shoots and the Instagram and all the pieces of it. The needle on the sales won't move. $500,000 has been put into this business, and the needle on the bags won't move. And I'm having a Kickstarter next month, which is my last idea to save this business that means so much to me, but I don't understand why I'm learning and I'm enjoying and I'm growing.
But you see, you're not only doing that, you're doing both. You love this and you don't love that. You said some really powerful things to us about beliefs. Your belief is that the needle won't move. You're a wise woman. The reason that you believe it is because you're watching it. You're not making it up. You're watching it, and therefore you believe it, and therefore you can't get past it. And it's a lot to ask somebody to not believe what is. We're not saying don't believe it, because it is. We're not saying don't believe it because the accountants will back it up with their figures. We're not saying don't believe it. We're saying don't give your attention to beliefs that hurt you when you give your attention to beliefs that hurt you. Don't give your attention to beliefs that hurt you when you give your attention to beliefs that hurt you. We're saying don't give your attention to beliefs that hurt you. We're saying there's no value in giving your attention to a belief that hurts you. We're saying there's no value in giving your attention to something that is true that you don't want. Because every time you give your attention to something that's true that you don't want, you practice the vibration of it and you don't let it be easy. And then the needle won't move. The needle won't move because your beliefs don't move. And your beliefs don't move because you keep looking at what is. What is keeps holding you right where you are because you've got your attention upon right where you are, because that's what humans do. You face reality. But you are a new breed of humans. Maybe you don't want to face as much reality as you want to create a new reality. So we're not saying don't believe it. We're just saying don't keep that belief active. Replace that belief that hurts you with other beliefs that don't hurt you. Like these dog treats are really, really good. And like this is really, really fun. And like I'm really, really good at so many aspects of this. And like this was a really big dream, and this is a really right time for it, because never before in all of the universe has there been a time when more people were more in love with more dogs. There's just never been a better time for that. Those beliefs are also factual and true, and they don't hurt when you focus upon them. They don't feel bad to you because they don't get you cross current of you see.
Honest to God, they are my beliefs. It is the best dog treat in the entire world.
We know that.
And it's also the most expensive one. And I feel, but isn't it possible that that it's just not a great business idea? Isn't it possible that I'm barking up the wrong tree?
Well, you're not going to get us to ever admit that you can't have everything that you want. These are the things that aren't possible. It's not possible for an idea to be so wrong that it can't come about. It's possible that you hold beliefs that are in your way. Esther had an interesting experience. She has a new house in San Antonio. And everything about it's wonderful, or most everything. But one thing that was a little stumbling thing is when they went to turn the fire feature on the pool, it made a howling sound in the house. And the man looked at her like, "Can you live with that?" And she looked at him like, "Are you an idiot?" She didn't say anything like that. She smiled as she thought really bad things. And so then she said, "Well, let's turn the fire feature off. Let's just turn the pool heater on." Still howled. So not only does the fire feature make it howl, but the water being warm makes it howl too. So after some conversation with a lot of people, the utility company and the plumbers that installed the gas line and the builders who are the main contractors and the owner of the company that built the house, it was concluded that the remedy is to put in a new gas line, which requires disassembling the house to some degree. So Esther was not really very happy about that idea, but understood. And so as they talked, they figured out how they can go up through the garage and make a big hole in the ceiling of the garage. And that's all right with Esther because it's in the garage and they'll fix it. You'll never know. And then go through the attic, which is all right because she doesn't live up there hardly at all. And then they'll come down the outside of the house and make a big mess on the outside of the house, but then they'll put it back and you'll never know. So the disruption to Esther is not going to be that great. This is the path of least resistance for their screw up. So as Esther got thinking about it, she got very philosophical about it and very Abrahamish about it. And she thought, my house and its things, my water heaters and my range and my fireplaces and my fire feature and my pool and its heater are asking for more than the supply can give. I have more desire than belief. The fact that that pool, that house was asking for more than that system could provide. Esther doesn't take anything that happens in her life experience as just a funny fluke. She owns it all. She knows that something about that is information for her. I've got a bigger desire than I have a supply. Oh, where have I heard that before? As she thought back about all the conversations about open your valve, open your valve, open your valve, and let the energy that creates worlds flow through. So there's nothing wrong with coming to an awareness that you have a desire that is one thing and a belief that is another. Life's going to constantly promote a new desire within you that you're not up to speed with in the beginning. That's always going to be the way that it is. But when you give up or try, you can't do it. What you said is it possible that I should let this desire go? No, that's never the answer. Get more gas. Get more gas. Do whatever it takes to get bigger pipes. Do whatever it takes to get a bigger belief. Do whatever it takes to improve the flow. Because hear what the other alternative is. The other alternative is such shortage consciousness that it cannot abide in your vibration. Such shortage consciousness that, is it possible that I'm wanting more than the universe is willing to provide for me? No, never. That's why you were born into this physical experience, to ask for more and more and more and more and more. You are out here on the leading edge to ask of the universe, to demand of the universe, to expect of the universe that it can deliver as much fuel as is needed for the desires that this time-space reality can produce in you. You see? So the answer is never, ever, 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 ever say, oh, never mind, just cap off the fire feature, I don't mind. I can bathe in a hot tub, and I hardly ever get in the pool anyway. And hot pool makes steam sometimes, and that's not pleasant. And I don't want to create my own cloud atmosphere out there. So anything that doesn't work, just cap it off and let's call it a day. No! Make every single thing work. Make it all work. Make it all work. Make it all work, and make it all work the way you want it to be. Because the universe has the power to give it to you. Why would you settle for less? And do you know what? You're the only one who's got your hands on the valve. It's only you. It's only you. So it's only your bogus thoughts about your business that are making you not let the needle move. That's all. Don't give the credit or the power to anybody else. And the best thing is, when something doesn't go right, you know what it does? Makes you want it to go right more. Esther has never, ever thought so much about gas in her house, in her life. It never even occurred to her that this was a thing. It's making her wonder what other fire features she might want. Because now she has high pressure line into her house and a mega meter from the street. They brought her the biggest gas meter that's ever been installed in a neighborhood. And so she's thinking, oh, gas to spare. What might I light? Maybe I'll light up the sky. There are no limits. And so don't be hard on yourself. We are not being hard on yourself, that you've got some beliefs that are in the way. A strong enough desire will blast beliefs that are in the way out of the way. But that wasn't what your tendency was just now. You were leaning in the direction of trying to do the impossible, which is give up on your desire. Never do that. And nearly every mega business had stumbling blocks in the beginning, which focused the desire stronger and stronger. Limp desire doesn't make mega businesses. Strong desire does. And strong desire doesn't come from things just happening just the way you want it. Strong desire comes from fine-tuning, from resetting yourself, from reestablishing your intentions, of restaking your claim. Always a fast solution is to step back and go general. Here's something. We're going to give you an example of something. We were talking with a person a few years ago who was trying to sell a house, and they really needed to sell the house. It'd been on the market a long time, and the needle wouldn't move, and it was weighing heavily on them, and it was worrying them. And so we asked them to tell us a little bit about where they were standing. In other words, why do you want to sell the house anyway? And so they described a house that they had outgrown, and a house that was sort of falling apart. It wasn't really in great repair, and it wasn't up to their current standards of desire, was obvious from the conversation. So then we said, you are sending out an advertisement to the world that says, come and buy from me this house we no longer want for these reasons. And you're sending out an advertisement to the universe that says, come and buy these outrageously expensive doggy treats. Now, you're sending out another advertisement. Sometimes you say, well, you didn't actually say it. Why does my dog want your treats?
Because
Why?
they are the best dog treats in the world.
But why?
Because they are the healthiest.
Why?
Because they don't put any crap in it, and they
Why?
don't lie to you, and they don't put dangerous things in.
Well, then why are you crying? These are great dog treats. These are great dog treats.
Because I started this because my dog got sick because of what she was eating. And that made me really angry, and I made something that didn't exist. And I don't understand why everybody doesn't believe me.
Well, first of all, words don't teach. But most of all, you got a push and pull vibration going on. You believe in these things, but you're not in alignment with it. And so there's not much power or emphasis coming from you. You're not believable because you got cross currents going. We believe you that the treats are good, and we believe you that they're not selling. You've got this cross current going on. So you've got to just focus upon the part that feels good when you believe it, and not focus upon the part that doesn't feel good when you believe it, and then the needle will move. You see, you think it's about something other than you, and it's not fun or easy for you to hear us when we say, no, it's only you. It's only you, because you've watched so many other things without knowing this, that you made assumptions about why things go. Why do you think that businesses work? Well, most people have read a lot of books, and there's just a lot of things that they would tell you, and we'll tell you why businesses work. They work because somebody has an idea that they don't shoot in the foot every day with their bogus beliefs. That's why businesses that work. That's why anybody gets what they want. They desire it, and they don't contradict it with thoughts that oppose it. That's all there is to it.
So it's not that they're smarter than me. It's their beliefs, not their innate business acumen that I don't have.
No, what it is, it's not what others think about your business. It's about what you think they're thinking about your business. It's you in the process. Of all the things that you said to us here today, and those listening in can affirm this if you want to, we believe what you said about these treats. But the pain in you is evidence of you shooting yourself in the foot. When you say, why don't they believe me? We want to say, it's because you're not believable. And the reason you're not believable is because you're contradicting your own belief with other beliefs. You've got to believe in your own business before you can ask anybody else to. And all that requires is just focusing on the positive aspects until the positive aspects dominate. And if somebody said, are there other dog treats that sell more? You might say, currently. Oh yeah, there's a lot of businesses that are doing a lot better than my business, but my business is just catching on. Are there other dog treats that are equivalent to the value of yours? I don't believe that there are. Is there a reason that everybody, if they knew what I knew, would like to have my dog treats? Yes. You know how people find Abraham? It's people telling people. It's not television. It's not advertisements. It's not billboards. It's people having a good experience and talking to somebody else about it. That's the best way for things to happen. People saying, my dog didn't feel so good. Now my dog feels really good. What's the difference? This. Now, if you want to interject a thought, you already told us that you've put a lot of money into it and you can only go so far, but that isn't even true. Trying to justify why you're in trouble isn't helpful, but justifying why this is going to work, that does help. Explaining what is working always helps. Explaining what doesn't work never helps. If you accept that it's all about your energy flow, and you accept that you can do something about your energy flow, and you can get fired up, and we can prod you enough that you get fired up. If we said, and we are infinite intelligence, and if we were so stupid as infinite intelligence as to say to you, your dog treats aren't that good, you know what you would say to us? You don't know, Abraham, you're wrong. You're wrong. You would argue with infinite intelligence, and that's what we want. We want you all to reach the place of being willing to stand up against whatever it is to say, this is what I want, and therefore this is what I will have. And when you are at that place, the universe will comply because you've been the only factor in the mix ever anyway.